opened up this plastic bag. We have blue. That
Children, and whenever she comes back into town, the kids can
begin with the context. The context is I'm making 5 different color flowers for 5 different seniors, and each of them represent something, so I'm going to tell you what it is.
He is a raging alcoholic.
Hydrangeas, and this
And even though they spin
green. This one is
and real quick, I have a couple of guides that I'm going to be doing throughout the video. First is the inappropriate relationship tracker, because like I said, it shows very inappropriate relationships.
White Veronica. Okay, Archie Comics. And this is green Hypersium.
Keep track of how many come up throughout the board. And also, I'm going to place
You are representative of rebirth, renewal, good health, good fortune, youthfulness. Which
anytime I'm talking about like sex, because I don't really know how many times I can say that without.
and I got magenta flowers anyway, but whatever. This is filler assist. That's what it says. I don't know.
I was very messy girl, messy hair, messy clothes, makeup, beat anybody up who messes her off. The next oldest sibling is Liv Gallagher, played by Jeremy Allen White himself. Yes, Shed. Liv is the brain of the household, very intelligent, and he was hands down the most likely kid to be successful and make it out of poverty and life on the south side, but was also very prideful, and a lot of the time throughout the show he would have great
Abundance, happiness, friendship, cheeriness, cheery personality,
which I will talk about later. The next
excitement, and enthusiasm.
character, super manipulative, selfish, does not think through serious decisions at all.
I do have to go soon, so that's why I'm kind of like, sheezel, I gotta do this quick. But also, how quick? I don't know. Why doesn't this open?
Next we have Carl. Carl was pretty much the complete opposite of Debbie in the sense that when he was little he was awful, but
I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a good time. These seniors have been working for a long time for their senior show, for the gallery. It's for studio art. Super freaking excited. One of them made a graphic novel about like the political state and how like the political state of the world right now, and like how you know,
this couple, Veronica, or for short, and Kevin, they're just funny and they go so well together and they're great supporting characters for the gallery.
like a little Dexter moment happening right now. Move that over there.
And she's trying to get with him, and Ian rejects her. She lies and tells her brother Mickey that Ian assaulted her. Ian works at a convenience store called Cash and Grab.
These beautiful babes. I'm gonna have to vacuum the floor after this.
Right, so Ian gets into the bed and tries to look for the gun, and this
Okay, so I'm just gonna keep one because who's gonna know? Or I could make one for my professor. But then I just feel like if I make one for my professor, everyone's gonna be like,
purity ball. At this ball, there is a group.
randomly lore drop to us like random shit that's so funny, and not funny but like interesting, and she knows so much. Like she has
Yeah, that's absolutely disgusting. Sir, let's do it. Anyways, Carrie is also just sleeping around with a whole bunch of other guys, and Liv is hearing the rumors that
not random but just interesting, and I just didn't know. But it's also really cool because it's like you shouldn't make assumptions about people, and what, not that I had an assumption, but I just didn't expect that.
also purposely injures himself so that he can get like a
Ooh, this is cool. Should I leave that on?
in the storage room at the Cash and Grab. Cash, the owner of the store, he walks in on them two sleeping together, and Mickey is telling Cash, you better not tell anybody. So Cash
5 of these orange ones, so each person's gonna get like, the plan is for each person to get 1 of each, and then we'll just kind of like see what's left and then make little ones accordingly. So I kind of just had to like,
had an affair with one of Frank's brothers, and this brother is actually Ian's dad. So Frank is not Ian's dad, it's the brother that Monica had an affair with.
but we'll just find out because like that's already pretty cute. You know what I mean?
Decide to leave town, and there's someone else who has to leave town as well. That person is Jimmy Steve, and the reason he has to leave town is because this police officer named Tony finds Jimmy Steve trying to steal a car. And the thing about Tony is that he is a childhood friend of Fiona.
If I cut them now, then I feel like what if I accidentally mess it up? So then I can just do it later. Okay.
With Jimmy, she packs a bag and she goes to the train station, but ultimately she decides she can't leave behind her siblings, she has to stay. She leaves Jimmy Steve at the airport and he goes away to Costa Rica, and that is where season 1 begins.
Run to the store. Again. I don't really want to. Like, isn't that so cute?
Together at the cash and grab, and Frank walks in on them. So now Mickey wants to kill Frank. Ian confronts Frank about this, and it's really cute because Ian really does not give a frick.
I know I'm kind of doing it high up, but it's just because, like, the chrysanthemum is so freaking big that it's like, what do I do?
But he has some news. He has gotten married to a Costa Rican woman named Estefania. Estefania is the
Met them kind of like, I only got really to know them this semester.
date with this guy, with Jimmy and Estefania, and even though they're both there with different people, they end up going to
Sad that they're leaving, but it
is Asian.
Maybe we're just looking at him upside down.
So Liv is like, Karen, what the frick is this? Like,
beautiful world. Go do some cool.
Liv leaves and goes to live with Andy, and they start a relationship. So now we kind of have two element relationships, but Liv and Mandy
Planning on doing. If that's not what you're planning on doing, then just go live life. Go do what you gotta do.
someone has come back, and that is Hurricane Monica. Monica is back, and her and Frank end up finding a stash of money at the University. The kids worked so hard.
Take off the flowers. Like, I think these big flowers are so beautiful.
There's on this huge manic bender with Frank spinning on money on drugs. She's now having
So, yay.
is bleeding out with blood. She's crying, and Jimmy Steve is really there for her, tranquil and vain. Ian, haven't talked about him in a while because Mickey is in jail again.
I had to just wait for the next stop, and I was like, oh crap. And
He's not just any old guy. He is actually Jimmy Steve's father.
yeah, I'm so happy. It's spring.
To be a proper mother for them, but she just
My depression is
Fiona and Russell Gallagher because he really loves her. But remember Jimmy's Costa Rican wife, Estefania, and her drug dealer father, his name is.
seasonal depression is going away.
So yeah, Jimmy is really scared, and even though he wants to divorce Estefania
Chrysanthemum.
and be fully with Fiona, he kind of can't because
Not worried about it. I'm cool. I can deal with
but now he's back, and he comes back to the Gallagher house with his usual routine. He's drunk.
to with their names on it. That's the plan. It's
Begins a legal battle for custody of all of her siblings.
My mother's bipolar. My father's an alcoholic and an addict. He takes me, please, and said he offers nothing.
Even though the judge can see how terrible of a parent Frank is, he does decide to continue letting Frank have like parental control because if Fiona gets
counted. How did I miscount? I could have sworn it said 4. I thought it said 4 for each of
do
them.
not see her ever again, thank God. I hated that girl. Moving on to the
So I'll probably just. The thing was, like, the one store next to me.
so after he walks in on Mickey and Ian, he
So that's why I didn't.
do something like that than just accept their child for who they are and who they choose to love. So yeah, this prostitute is actually this woman up here, Svetlana. She actually becomes a pretty amazing character in the show, but Terry also
I couldn't get that.
this season. I haven't really talked about them that much in the video so far, but here we go. And brace yourselves because it is crazy.
Maybe. I was like, oh, I can't believe I only have 4.
To console Bee's mom, Carol, because
I wish I was. I wish I knew more things about botany and like.
so that Carol can have this baby and it's
I used botany when I was a child. When I was
but Bee really loves the baby, so she's like, please.
love Japan. I think it's cool. I think
do anything for my lover. Those people have
Japanese culture is beautiful.
that's inappropriate in regards to age, obviously, because
Ow. My freaking
trying to close off his feelings. But as Ian is walking out the door, Mickey says,
this one just to make up where it lacks. And I'll be like, if they say something, I'll be like, guys, I miscounted, but I tried to make up for it by putting more flowers into this bouquet. I'll just say that. I don't think they're gonna care. It's not like
situation, so he holds Jimmy Steve at gunpoint and forces him to board a boat without telling him where he
I think they will understand. I'll just be like, look,
and you say goodbye. At this point, Fiona also
I'm just gonna wrap the beads around.
this new job, this new hot boss. At the end of season 3, Fiona calls Jimmy Steve one last time.
So, some of them.
You know, so Fiona and Robbie end up Yep. Even though Fiona tries to stop this affair with Robbie, she can't.
So we're gonna add some little flower food.
Reason this just wasn't enough revenge for Sammy, so now that she has snitched
I think like about a year ago when I was going to my ex-boyfriend. But they're awesome. They're cool. Good. And yeah. It's a celebratory thing. It's not like an everyday thing. It's okay. On this piece of paper, I mean, not love, unity. I don't know why I said harmony, but I guess harmony too. And then you pass it over while you're interlinked. So look, I got the rainbow. Got the rainbow going on. And then we're gonna do a little And then what we're gonna do sound. Ooh. Oh my gosh, infinite loop. Oh. Little rainbow, and then you got their name right here. Beautiful. And then we'll do some wrapping. Probably pay a lot of money, and it's terrifying. So, shout out school for, well, I also have to pay a lot of money for the insurance through school, so it's kind of like, did I really win? At what cost did I really win? They're just so emotional to me. I'll go to the doctor and then I'll come back because I have to go. I really do have to go. And here's how it's going. It's sending me notifications. Have you arrived? So